Hey, what's going on, all you great creators? Welcome back to another FB Designs tutorial. I am Rob, your host, and today we're going to check out how to make this. So, just something a little bit more fun and kind of out of my wheelhouse. So I thought I'd jump in and see how to create this. I've seen a couple different tutorials on it and thought I would kind of update them. But props to the guys that have made tutorials similar to this. But so let's get started. Let's jump on over to After Effects. We're going to go to New Composition. We can name this Main Composition. 1920 by 1080 is fine. 30 frames a second is fine. We'll make it about 10 seconds, or you can make it as long as you want, depending on your project. Click OK. All right, then the next thing we want to do is we want to double click in an empty space over here. And there's a couple of files that we want to pull in. And let's see, we want to pull in, no, not that one. This one here. We'll click import, double click again. We'll go back out, and we will go with, where did it go? Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. This was the song that I'm using, so I guess it doesn't matter for me because it's only 10 seconds long. Okay, then we will take our song here and drag it down through our composition. So now we got this in here. If I hit play, you'll hear music. Just like so. So there we go. Okay, and the next thing we want to do is we want to go to our effects and presets, and we want to, next thing we want to do is come over here, right click on an empty area, go to new, go to solid, and we will name this audio. Click OK. Next we'll come over here to the effects and presets. If you do not see your effects and presets, you can go up to view, window, and make sure it's checked off, and then you'll see it over here on the right. Okay, so let's search for audio, and there we go. We want the audio spectrum. We're going to drag that onto the one we just created, to the composition we just created. And as you can tell, it gives us a generic, little bar to start out with. Even if we were to play the song right now, it wouldn't do anything because the plugin doesn't know what audio file we want to use with this, so we have to point it to that. And in this case, here we go. You just change it up here in the audio layer, and now if we scroll through, you'll see that we got some bands starting to go. So from here, we want to make a couple adjustments, nothing too big. Let's drop this down to maybe 100 or so. Because what we want it to do is we want it to fill out some of our text, as you see it in the preview. Okay, and these bands, depending on how high you put this up, you can almost make it a complete solid. But we'll go right about there. I'm going to add some glow effects, so it's going to kind of blur all that together anyway, but you can make this whatever you choose, depending on your text and whatnot. Okay, the thickness, you can change your thickness, of course, so where it's almost solid. This is a very cool plugin. You should get in there and check it out and play around with it. Okay, for myself, I'm going to make these white. Okay, let's see. From the digital, Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Side A and B, we're going to do side A, so that way we get a flat, perfect straight line at the bottom. And that's about the only adjustments for right now, so we'll go ahead and leave that just like it is. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to right click, we're going to go to new, we're going to go to text, and this is where we're going to type in our text. So I am using Fyodor font, but basically all you want to do is just get a hold of a font that is quite beefy, I guess you could say. Let's see. I don't think that one's got it in bold, but I'll change it up for the tutorial. Nah. Let's try impact. No, impact doesn't give me bold options that I want. So let's see what we got here. Oh, that might be kind of cool. Let's type out FB Designs and see how that looks. Okay, yeah, that's pretty bold. It's a bit big, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this down a little bit. We're going to go to Align and make sure it's aligned to the middle of our composition. Click OK, and yeah, that'll work. Don't worry about the color because that's not going to matter here in a second. We're going to make sure we highlight the audio. Go up here and make sure you highlight this, and then you'll get these two handles. Oh, let's move back to our selection tool. And then you can take these and you can just drag them down here below your text. Something like that. Try to keep it just inside of your text, but to the point where it covers 99% of your text. Okay, then once we get that done, we want to, if you do not see this option here, you can toggle switches down here, or if you do not see that, you can hit F4 and it should toggle between these, like just like that. So anyway, we want to go to our track mat and we want to switch it to Alpha Mat, FB Designs, or whatever your text is. Now here I'm going to cut this sound off over here so we don't have to hear it every time we hit play. Now if you hit play, you'll see that it's working. There we go. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is right click. Okay, oh, how did I do this? Right click. No, that's not the one I wanted. Oh, there it is. Okay. Create shapes from text. Click OK. Now you go up here with that selected, with that composition selected, go up here, go to your fill, make sure it's on none, and then this one here, you can change it to whatever color would best fit your the look that you're going for. And you just turn your really, this really isn't gonna, I mean, it'll affect a later step that we do, but not by much. So I just gave mine like a 7. So now if we hit there we go. Something just like that. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is right click, go to new, go to solid, name this Saber, click OK, then come over here to your effects and presets and look up Saber, drag that down to our Saber layer. Now there's a couple adjustments that we have to make in this, so go to your customize core, go to your core type, pick text layer, and then go to text layer where it says none, and you want to pick your FB Designs, Don't mind that. We're going to adjust that here in a second. We're going to click on core preset. Now you can do any of these presets that you want, and you can even set keyframes to when it starts and goes on, and you can, you know, get it to pretty much go with the music. But for this tutorial, to kind of shorten it up, I'll stick with making this a bit easier. So we're going to go down to neon, and of course we're going to change this neon to more of a red, and we're going to turn some of this down quite a bit, like sort of like that. There we go. Just give us a nice clean. Yeah, we can probably leave that just about where it's at. So that'll give us a nice clean. Our glow might be too much. Hold on, let's oh, okay. Sorry about that. You need to go to render settings. Go to composite settings and hit transparent. Now, oh, there it goes. All right. For this edition of the song that I used, it takes a minute to start seeing the spectrum start. So, but then you should, you know, this is the result that you should be having right here. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so now we want to take from the Saber down to your song, hold shift, and then left click your mouse, then right click and go to pre-compose, and we'll name this music, just like so. Go back over to our project window, and double click music. Oh, I'm sorry, I got that backwards. So let's delete that one, because what I want to do, all right, go to main, okay, we're going to have to undo pre-compose this way. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's redo that. Let's highlight all these, right click, go to pre-compose, we'll keep it main, click OK. Now what we want to do is take what we're going to use for our background. In this case, I'm using a movie. And then I'm going to hit, making sure that the composition is highlighted. I'm going to hit S. I'm going to go to scale, and I'm going to scale this up a little bit, and you'll see why here in a second. Next, with the composition highlighted, hit T. Oh, I'm sorry, P. And then while holding Alt, click on this stopwatch. And this is going to be where we type out our expression. Don't worry, it's a simple one. You want to go wiggle. And then type 5, 50. And then click out of it anywhere. If you make a mistake, trust me, After Effects will tell you. Okay, so, and this is what gives us the camera shake. Now, I want more attention on this lettering, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this composition again. I'm going to hit T for opacity, and we're going to cut this way down. Now, you're also going to want to take right click, go to new, go to solid, name this BG or background, make it black, and put it underneath that footage. Let's take caps off, because you adjusted the opacity and you don't have a background, and if you were to take this footage and put it over the top of a lighter background, you'll see that light coming through because we adjusted our opacity. Okay, so there we go. Let's go back into main, turn our music on. We'll go back out. We'll do it. Yeah, it sounds horrible until it's all pre-rendered, so sorry about that. But there you go. We got the very beginnings. Now the rest of it from here on out is all about how well you want to make this look. And there's 1,001 ways. Like I said, you can go back into Saber and make adjustments there. Like I turned up the brightness just a little bit, and you can boost the. But you got to be careful because the more you do this, the less you're going to see the background for your audio spectrum. Okay, the other thing that I did was I went and put a glow on the audio spectrum. Just like so. You'll probably have to do it a couple times. Just hit Control D a couple times. And then now if we move into, you can see the spectrum back there. And if we turn this up a little bit, you'll start to notice that it's starting to get kind of hazy and whatnot. So you could try changing the colors. I would actually just change the colors and the spectrum, the audio spectrum itself. But I like the way this came out, so I kind of left it there. And there you go. So the last thing we got to do is we're going to go out, make sure we're on our project. We're going to click on the create a new composition. We're going to name this one music. We're going to click OK. And then we're going to take another copy of our music. We're going to drop it down. We're going to right click, keyframe assistant. We're going to go to convert audio to keyframes. Go back out to main. With main highlighted, go to magnify, drag it on over. Then we're going to take the magnification, we're going to turn it down to 100%, and then we're going to take the size and we're going to turn it up so it covers all of your text. And then we're going to go down here to blending mode and we're going to click none. Now, with Alt held down, you're going to click on the magnification lens and we're going to insert another expression. Don't worry, I have this one typed out. I will leave it down in the comments. Just highlight it, copy it. Go ahead, you can close that out. Click in here anywhere, hit backspace, and then hit hold Control, hit V, and there you go. Click off of it. And now, another thing that you're going to want to do is go into your audio Amplitude, click on effects, highlight your left channel, your right channel, right click, and hit delete. Now if we come back out here to main, wrong main, let's go to this main. That's the only thing about playing audio while doing a tutorial. Let's go ahead and let this render out real quick, and then we'll turn the music back on and take a look at it. But as you can see now, the text is moving also. So sorry about the confusing steps that I took there to get that activated. I forgot to go in and delete that left and right channel. So it made it a central, just one central channel. There's some interesting things you can do with the magnifying too. So that's another plugin that you may want to play around with it whenever you get a chance. But okay, now let's go back. Turn our music on. And there you go. And there's a bunch of things you can do with this, to liven this up or use it or liven it up to fit your project. So always stay creating and trying new things. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video. I hope everybody's safe out there, and keep creating, everybody, and have fun. Till the next time, take care.